coming to you outside from the plaza here at Fox News. What goes around comes around. Karma is launching its first car, the 2018 Revero Ultra Luxury Hybrid Sedan. After purchasing assets from bankrupt Fisker Automotive, the Revero is the first vehicle manufactured in Southern California in nearly 25 years. Joining us right now is Karma Chief Revenue Officer Jim Taylor. And Jim, it's good to have you on the program.
Morning. Thank you, Marie.
We've been talking about the car. It's absolutely beautiful standing behind us. But let's talk first what your expectations are for a fully made in America car. Parts, everything, components made in America.
It's very exciting because this is one of the first vehicles that any manufacturer has built a brand new plant for in the United States, in particular in California. But as you know, this is a new emerging segment. Everybody's talking about electric and how the volume is going to grow over the next few years. So being at the front end of that industry is a good spot to be, but it's also very unique. This is, as you said, an ultra luxury vehicle, but being hybrid, it gives you a lot more flexibility to ride on electric. But when the occasion happens, then you can switch to your gas generator and continue to go as far as you want.
I want to ask you about that because I think that's one of the keys to this vehicle, the fact that it's hybrid.
Right. Because
we've seen what has happened with electric vehicles. Nissan, Ford, they were early on. They wanted to have electric vehicles on the road. Nobody bought them. Well, is it finally gaining traction, or do you need a hybrid situation where you're electric, but then you don't have to be electric to really gain traction?
I guess it depends on a customer. Obviously, Tesla's been pretty successful selling cars, so some people are okay with all electric. But in a lot of the country and a lot of the people, having limited range on your electricity is limiting. So having dual powertrains, both electric and then gas generator when you need it, is much more practical until the charging system in this country catches up, and then, eventually you'll be able to go everywhere.
Well, how long is that going to take? I mean, you don't have charging stations at your typical gas station or just a charging station. You don't have that.
Definitely. No, that's a while.
Do you have to do partnerships with firms to actually get that going?
We do. There's charging companies, there's hotels, there's shopping malls, high-end shopping malls. It's growing, but short-term, that's why we think the hybrid is a much more practical solution.
How much does the Revero cost right now?
It's $130,000.
$130,000.
Yeah.
And what do you expect? Woo! Oh, my goodness.
Yo. Happy 4th of July.
Well, that's America for you, right? We're looking at something next.
Good timing.
This is from our friends over at Fox and Friends. The hybrid also has a solar-powered roof.
It
Tell
does.
me about that.
You can see it on the top here with the recent confetti. But this is unique. No other car has this. And as I mentioned, you could plug it in. That's one source of electricity. You're going to have the backup generator. Your third source of electricity is the solar roof. Not so much in New York today, of course, but on an average day in California, this would collect energy and also charge the battery.
That's incredible. I love that idea. Real quick, how are you going to compete with a guy, Elon Musk, who's ready to throw his own billions at this?
Yeah, on the business model, nobody can compete with Tesla. But again, two totally different vehicles, all electric. Ours is obviously a really good-looking sports sedan, different kind of driver, different sort of segment, higher priced and hybrid.
Jim, great to see you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be watching the success. That's really going to give us an indication of the market out there. Jim Taylor.